Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are now in tune to the greatest podcast that's ever been created. Welcome to the club. It's the 8-Bit Clubhouse Podcast, episode 18, recorded Wednesday, October 1st. It is October. Welcome officially to fall. Introducing your host. First up to bat, he's your favorite gamer's favorite gamer. It's Hambone Johnny. And next up to bat, he's the coolest kid on the playground. It's Kevin L.A., a.k.a. Bob Cousy. And last but most, he's the man, the myth, the legend. It's Drew. Welcome to the club. Tonight's episode, we are jam-packed. We've got all kinds of stuff. Survivor is back. We're talking about all the games we're playing, and boy, did we play games. And guess what? It's apparently spooky season. I call it scary season. Woo! It's not spooky, it's scary. But we can talk about that later. We're talking about that. It's October, folks. And just all kinds of stuff. Who knows what we're going to delve into? We're going to be all over the place. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. You picked a perfect night. Guys, it is so good to see you. I've been looking forward to this for at least 3 days since we delayed it. And here we are, all back together again. I wanted to just start off by saying hello. Happy fall. Happy scary season. Drew's got a Pumpkin King mug. I've got my Luigi Wolfman shirt on. We're all decked out. It's October 1st, and it's like, holy cow, we might as well just start eating Reese cups and throwing leaves everywhere. Speaking of leaves, this past weekend, I was just up in Aspen, Colorado with the family to see the changing of the leaves. It happens like 1 week out of the year where you get these beautiful golden colors. I grew up in the South where we'd have a lot of maple trees. There were reds and oranges and yellows and browns, all kinds of different colors. Out in Colorado, you get yellow for 1 week and then nothing. So you got to catch that one color right on time. And my wife, bless her heart, she plans it every year. We go up there in Aspen, and she plans it perfectly. She picks, because sometimes it's the first week of October, cool. Sometimes it's the last week of September. It varies, you know. So got to catch it at peak leaf peeping season. And my in-laws were just in town for their 20th wedding anniversary. We all went up to Aspen and stayed and enjoyed the leaves. The weather was beautiful. Driving up, we got snowed on. But once we got up there, everything was beautiful. Sun and 70s, high 60s, low 70s the whole time. So we had a blast. Took the kids, the in-laws, brother-in-law, all that. So, yeah, it was a good time. But guys, that's I've just been spending time with family and giving all that I have to the wife, kids, and family members. What have you guys been doing? Hopefully you've been doing something fun for yourselves. Hambone Johnny, I know you have.
Yeah, I've been spending nearly zero time with my family the last few days.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, it was good though. So I just got back from a short little work trip, left Sunday, got back last night. Not too late, like 9 o'clock or so. This is a trip I do every year. We have like a vendor on-site thing we do in preparation for annual enrollments. Very fun times. And yeah, it was down in Florida this year. We've been going there the last few years, and every year, Monday night, we always go to dinner as a big team, and we've gone to the same place the last several years, at least the last 3 or 4 years. We go to Cooper's Hawk. That's the jam. And it was a smaller crew this time. And one of the guys I worked with says, "Hey, you know what? Let's try something different. And what do you guys think about going down to Disney Springs?" And I said, "Let's do it. Let's do it." I don't think I've ever been.
What is
Wow.
Disney Springs? I've heard of Disneyland. I've heard of Epcot Center. What is Disney Springs? I've heard of Downtown Disney. I've been to Downtown Disney and
it is-
Disneyland.
It's downtown
it is-
Disney, just in
They
Florida,
changed the name.
basically. Right?
They changed the name.
Same thing.
Wait,
just
When did they
different
change the name? Because
state.
I always called it Downtown Disney, and then I
Maybe
was
like
thrown
8
off
to 10
guard with
years
the Springs
ago.
thing.
But 8 to 10 years ago, but they what's the word I want to say? They modernized it to like it's now pretty much like a what's the word? Factory outlets. It's like factory outlets.
Yeah, it is.
Gotcha.
Or factory outlets.
Yeah.
There was a lot. That Disney store there is ginormous. It's the biggest store I think I've ever seen in my entire life. It was like spanning 3 blocks. It was crazy. But no, it was
And
a
they
good.
just
it was a
sold
good time.
Disney. What do you mean Disney store? They just sold Disney stuff.
Disney. You want
Massive.
a big ass Stitch? That's where
I
you
don't.
go for your big ass Stitch, right? Anything you could imagine, Disney is in that store. I don't know. That's what I saw in the windows. We didn't go in the store. But yeah, we were there for
Oh.
dinner. It was super nice. I got probably the best short ribs I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah, this Asian place we went to was incredible. Yeah, so it was a really nice time. We walked around for a bit. We saw some shows. There was a lot of people waiting in lines that we didn't know what they were waiting in line for. Maybe it was like I think it was some sort of like dessert place. Maybe I don't know. But yeah, no, it was cool. It was like a million people.
Gideon's Cookies.
Yep, that's the place. That's the place. Is it that good? Is it line worthy? What's the thing?
I've
we
never
should have
been
gotten?
because I don't think it's worth the wait.
Oh, okay. Then I guess that's the no. All right, yeah, but it was good, man. I'm just happy to be back. We are recording tonight, so I appreciate you guys pushing it back a few days here. We are missing Survivor Week 2.
Mhm.
But I just want to maybe recap really quick on Survivor Week 1. We did the fantasy draft with Beer, Mini Coos and the crew, and our buddy Matt. Right, Matt was a virtual attendee via
Yep.
Coos.
Yep.
And it was a super fun. I think the season's off to a good start. I was kind of pegging that girl Nicole who got voted out first as probably one who's going to get voted out first. So I'm so thankful to our buddy Beer.
Yeah.
For selecting Nicole with the second to last pick. So I was not stuck with her. So shout out to Beer.
Yeah.
Any initial
place.
thoughts with the first episode, guys? What do you think the season's going to be like?
Just to kind of recap on what you had said with us delaying the episode, Inside Baseball, I asked the kids, should we record without Hambone Johnny? And they said, absolutely not. Hambone Johnny has to be here. So that's why we delayed till today. So you can thank my kids for Hambone Johnny, for the whole crew being here. It could have just been me and Drew, which would have been a bit lackluster. No offense,
I don't know
Drew.
about that, but I appreciate it.
But yeah, I think Survivor was good. I think that it's going to be hard to live up to last season, right? Last season was, I think, one of the best ones in a long time. But this one was started out. It's got some fire. It's got some fire. So I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm not excited with the people that I picked for our Survivor Fantasy League. I thought every single one of my people were all going to get voted out week 1 because they all were terrible. So when we were watching, my wife was like, which cast members do you have? And I told her, and she was like, oh, you're done for. So I made bad choices once again, but who knows what the season may
Never
bring.
know.
Long
Yeah.
season.
Drew, what do you think about it?
I love my cast choices that I picked. I think it's a great season so far. I mean, one episode is hard to tell. You don't really get into the gifs, I think, for at least 5 in. But I don't know if you guys heard, but I was listening to, we talked about this in the past. We listened to the Jeff Probst podcast the next morning.
Yeah.
And he talked about, for the first time in Survivor history. So what happens is, if you don't know, there's Ponderosa. This is where you go, when you're voted out, you go to this little resort place on the island. And before the show physically starts, recorded and started, you go there maybe like 2 or 3 days before, you acclimate yourself. And there's one rule when you get to Ponderosa before the show starts. The only rule is is you cannot talk to other contestants because they don't want you to make bonds or alliances before the show starts. So apparently there was these two people, a boy and a girl, who kept talking to each other. Now, I don't know if it was a romantic thing or not. I'm not going to speculate. I don't know. But they kept talking to each other. They were warned by the producers not to talk to each other. Apparently, they called Jeff Probst and said, listen, we're having an issue. We warned them, but we don't know what we want to do. And as the producers were talking to them, Jeff, I guess it happened again. And those two people, the night before, the producers went over and said, sorry, you guys broke the rule. You're not going on Survivor tomorrow morning when you wake up. So I guess it was like a first time ever. And they had two alternates already there on the island ready to go, that they went into their bedroom, the night before and said, hey, by the way, you're on the show tomorrow. So
yeah, they were saying that there were two alternates. They didn't give a reason on the show.
Yeah.
But, that's what I love that podcast for. I haven't gotten a chance to listen to it yet, but
I haven't either.
so cool.
It's only like the first 12 minutes you're to listen to, but it's a crazy story.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have another crazy story that you want to tell us about Facebook Marketplace?
Oh my God, I do. Dude, I don't know if I told you this yet, but it's an incredible story. So
Okay.
before I made the game room which is now the PlayStation room, it was a toy room. So there's a lot of toys and junk in there that just collected over the years. So I've been selling it, and for me, it's more about getting rid of it to a nice home that someone's going to use it, kids, than about making the money. Don't get me wrong, $20 here, $30 there, it adds up. It's nice money. So I posted these Legos. There was those brickhead Legos. It was like those, and there was 4 of them. And I was like, $30. And they've been posted online for a month, and nobody was buying them. So I was like, whatever, I'll just leave them. So some guy messages me, and he's like, I want these so bad. And I clicked his profile page, and it seemed fishy. But it could have been private. So I don't know. It could have been a private page, so I couldn't really see any info. But I was like, whatever, this guy really seems to want it. Wouldn't leave me alone.
Did he use all caps?
No, he didn't. He didn't.
I don't know how bad he wanted it then, but all right, I'll believe him.
He kept messaging me. And so he's like, well, I live in Boston. I'm like, buddy, you're going to drive over an hour for these $30 Legos? Not really worth it, but not my call. I was like, I'm not driving to you. He's like, will you meet me halfway? And I said, no, I won't. So Drew, trying to be the nice guy I am, is going to the Patriots game last weekend. And I'm like,
yeah,
that's probably 45 minutes closer for him. So I messaged him and I say, listen, and I was meeting my brother at a big Wendy's parking lot. I always meet him there. We carpool to the game from there around 11 o'clock. I said, listen, meet me at this parking lot at 10:45 sharp. I'm going to the Patriots game. You don't have to worry about it, and you can save it. So I get there early because that's what I do. And I'm waiting, and he's like, he asked me earlier, how do you want it? I was like, cash. It's $30. Just bring $30 cash. And me being me, had an extra $10 bill, knowing that he's probably not going to have change. And so he texts me at 10:40. He's like, can I Zelle you when I get there? I was like, no, cash. We already went over this. I don't want Zelle. I don't know what the hell that is.
No, I'm not meeting you halfway. No, you can't sell me. Bring cash. I got here early, and I've got an extra 10 to bring you change.
You want these brickheads or not?
Yeah. So he's like, all right, well, I need an extra 8 minutes. I'll be there in 8 minutes. So I have to stop at the ATM. I was like, fine. I said, I'm leaving at 11 o'clock to go to the Patriots game. So he's like, okay. I was like, I'm in a Honda Pilot. It's green, and I'm right near the donation box in the corner of the parking lot. I'll sit in here. He's like, all right, great. I'm in this car, blah, 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 blah. I said, great. So 10:50 comes. He's not there. 10:55 comes. My brother now pulls up. He's like, what is going on? I was like, listen, I'm meeting this guy, blah, 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 blah. He's like, for $30, Drew? I'm like, it's a long story. Yes. And so it comes 11 o'clock, and I was like, listen, buddy, I'm going to the Patriots game. He's like, I'm here. I'm like, you're not, where? I don't see you. He's like, and he takes a picture of the Wendy's and sends it to me. And he goes, I go, buddy, you're at a Chick-fil-A. Where the hell are you? And he goes, "Oh, you said Chick-fil-A at Gillette Stadium in the parking lot." I said, "What?" I said, "I sent you a link to the address with a picture of the Wendy's and said, meet me at this address." He goes, "But you said you were going to the Patriots game." I said, "I never said I was meeting you at Gillette." He goes, "The traffic's been brutal. That's what took me so long." I said,
Wow.
"You're in Gillette Stadium, like outside of it." He's like, yeah. And I said, meanwhile, I'm Googling like just generic Chick-fil-A pictures. I'm like, he just took a picture of this and like sent it to me. And
Really?
I didn't find it. I said,
Okay,
"Listen,
good.
buddy, I'm leaving." He goes, "I can be there in 15 minutes. Just wait." I said, and at this point I started lying. I'm like, "I can't. I'm hopping on a train. We're taking the train into that." He's like, "No, bro, I have room in my car for 3 people. I'll come, I'll pick you up, and I'll drive you to Gillette Stadium." I said, "What? For Legos? Like, what are you talking about?" He goes, just leave it in a bush, and I'll leave the money like in the bush.
Leave it in a
Like,
bush.
No.
This
what are
guy's
you
from the
talking about?
1950s.
Put it in a bush.
So I just said, "Buddy, I'm sorry. I don't think this is going to work out." He's like, come on. I was like, "No, it's not going to work out, dude." So the kicker
Good.
of the story is we are driving to Gillette Stadium. Oh, I moved my car now because I knew where I parked. I moved on like a different parking lot. I was like, I don't want this guy to know where my car is just in case it's real. So the kicker of the story is we drive to Gillette, and to get to where our parking lot is, so we have a parking pass. They're building a brand new Chick-fil-A in the parking lot of Gillette, and we drive by it, and I pull up the picture. I was like, "Hello, bro." I told my brother, slow down. I pull up the picture he sent me, and sure enough, the same cars are parked in the same spot. The effing guy just drove to Chick-fil-A at Gillette. No idea why. Like that, like he truly was there. Incredible.
Wow.
Incredible. Have you heard from him since?
So then I said, "Listen, buddy, pay me $40 and I'll ship the things to you. Here's my Venmo." And I sent him the link. I felt bad because after that, I was like, he's telling me the truth. And then like 5 days go by and he's like, "Is it still available?" I said, "Listen, buddy, it's done. Let it go. You could have just Venmoed me. You still haven't Venmoed me. Put your money where your mouth is. Just Venmo me the money and I'll ship it to you." And he messaged me another 5 days later. He's like, "Did you sell it?" And I'm ignoring him at this point. It's over.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
It's
rough.
Dude,
It's
I
incredible.
hate
I
Marketplace.
thought it was like, me
That's
too.
crazy,
I
man.
truly do hate
Like,
it.
how does this guy, like, he's just not paying attention? Like, you're shooting yourself
and
in the
that's what
foot
my brother
here,
and I
bud.
determined. He was just
just
an
aloof.
idiot. Like
I mean, yeah, he must
he's
just be a
just-
moron. That's okay. I mean, the world
They're
takes
out
all
there.
kinds.
They're out
That's
there.
fine. I mean,
They're apparently all on Marketplace, actually.
they're all on Marketplace, and they filter for all items $30 and under. And you,
Yeah.
unfortunately, if
It
you said
was
it for
just-
35, you would have had a better clientele.
Yeah. Dude, that's
That's
rough,
crazy.
man. That's rough.
It was
So-
incredible.
Speaking of bushes, have you found your PS5?
I was gonna
Is
say,
it in
yeah,
a
that's
bush?
that's why
Great
you
story.
haven't got it, because I put it in a bush.
I put it in a bush. I didn't go find that. Your money's in that bush too.
Yeah.
So Saturday we had to go to Boston for my kid's basketball tournament. No, I did not contact the Leto guy, though I probably should have.
Well,
After his last game, I tell him, I was like, "Hey, buddy, we're gonna stop at Best Buy on the way home." And he's like, "Well, why are we stopping at Best Buy?" And I said, "Because we're just gonna remember I told you I ordered you NBA in the mail and the mailman lost it." He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "We're gonna pick it up at Best Buy." He's like, "Really? All right, awesome." So after the game, we drive to Best Buy, we pull in the store, we go in, and he runs to the video game aisle and he runs to the Switch 1 version and grabs NBA 2K26. He's like, "Got it." I'm like, "Well, first of all, that's like the Switch version, not even the Switch 2 version." He's like, "Oh, yeah, you're right. Let me go get the Switch."
We've
2 version."
upgraded, son.
Yeah,
We're
hold
now on the
yeah.
Switch
We're
2.
better than
Just
that.
leave all the old Switch 1 stuff alone.
And then he's like, "All right, where's that?" I said, "Hold on, let me ask if they have it." So I went to an employee and I had like there was a PS5 NBA bundle that they had available. So I went to an employee. I was like, "Hey, do you have this in stock?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, it's over behind the counter." So I went behind the counter, and he was there with me, and I was like, "Oh, hey, buddy, how about this?" And he looked at it. He's like, "What? What do you mean? That's a PlayStation. I don't have that." I said, "How about we buy that PlayStation with NBA?" He's like, "What? Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, bud, happy birthday." And he just like, you hate to say you buy your kids love, but at that moment, the kid turned. He gave me a big hug at Best Buy. He's like, "I love you, Dad," and it was just like,
Oh,
it was cool. And I walked out of there with he's like, "Can I carry it?" I'm like, "You can carry it, buddy." And he was just so pumped.
wow.
That's
So,
so
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
That's
sweet.
awesome,
And then
man. That's
let him play.
yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
That's awesome.
He never imagined that you'd be buying a PS5. None of
No,
us
never.
did, especially your family members.
Incredible.
So fast forward, that was last Saturday.
Mhm.
I guess 5 days ago, and
Yep.
this morning, I once our postage went missing and we put in the claim, I signed up for the text messages. You get alert anytime there's movement on your package. Now, remember, this package Cruz sent me was shipped almost, I think, September 1st, with the last known update was like September 8th. And then there was September 19th was the missing claim that Cruz put in was officially put in the system, and that it was a missing item.
Right.
So I'm sitting at my desk today this morning having a cup of coffee at work, and I get a text message. And sure enough, it's like, "There's been movement on your package." And I'm like, "What?" And it's like, "It is now in Atlanta, Georgia." And I'm
Yeah.
just like, "Oh, snap." Like, so who knows what this means? It might mean nothing. It might mean it's coming to me. It might be going to the missing mail place, wherever the hell that is. It could be going back to Cruz. We're just gonna
Mhm.
win it at this point and see what happens. And if
Yeah.
it shows up at my house, Cruz and I will come up with a game plan of what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but I'm not even thinking about that because who knows at this point.
Right. It's not guaranteed. A little background also, Drew. I didn't tell you this, but when I went to Aspen with the family, we got so much mail in my mailbox that the mail carrier took it all to the post office
Yeah.
and put a note in our box that said, "Your mailbox has been shut down because you never check it." And
No.
so I hadn't checked it in like 2 weeks before we left. And then when we left, it just got overloaded.
That's a long
So
time. That's a long
yeah.
time.
It is a long time, but so I went with the kid to the mail to the post office on Monday and got all the mail that they had taken out of the box. And the lady was like, "This is actually a record. I've never seen this much." I had 3 shopping bags full of crap that they took out. And yeah.
That's
And
incredible.
yeah. So I was like, "Hey, while I'm here, I've got this package that I filed for missing, blah, blah, blah. Can you just kind of look into that?"
Yeah.
And the girl looked into it and she's like, I'm not seeing anything. She was like confused why I had talked to Rhode Island about it and all this. And then the manager ended up coming over and she was like, "So in this instance, since you filed this report, did you list everything that was in there?" I was like, "Oh yeah, in a lot of detail." And she was like, "All the missing mail from around the country ends up in Atlanta at one point or another." It's like the island of misfit toys. So if mail is missing, it ends up in Atlanta and then they go through it there. If they find it there, great. If not, it is what it is. But she was like,
But
"Give it another 2."
That's where it is.
Yeah, I know.
in
She was
Atlanta.
like, "Give it another 2 weeks and then come back here and I'll help you file something else on it." And I was like, "All right." Like, it is what it
So
is.
you
It's
think
almost been a
went
month.
missing, got shipped to Atlanta, and now they kind of found it and it's going to continue its journey?
I think so. But when I put in that missing mail thing, I said, "Just ship it back to me." So if you find it,
Correct.
just get it back to me. And so I don't know. They might, but today on the update, it was like it's heading toward its destination. So I don't know if its destination is me or you. It's TBD. We'll find out. But I wasn't even going to tell you about that because
Yeah.
I'm like, it's lost forever. We're not going to hear from it again. And then today when it pinged in Atlanta, I was like, well, possibly they found it. So stay tuned, folks, for the legend of the
Incredible.
missing PlayStation. But what's more important is what else is in that box, right? So I'm not going to give that away, but we'll see
I
what
know.
happens.
That's the excitement. We'll still
Yeah.
video it. We'll still make a fun thing out of it.
Yeah. So Drew may have 2 PlayStations. Actually, he's going to go from having 0 to 2.
Hey, there are multiple rooms in the house.
That's right.
Yeah.
You also bought another new thing.
I did. I
What
bought a
else
new
did
car.
you buy? You bought a new
I bought a new
Wow, you
car
pulled the
one
trigger. Good for
day.
you.
I pulled
Drew,
the trigger.
your car was
I know.
awesome.
I loved my car. I truly
know.
loved my car.
Yeah.
It's just one of those 100,000 miles. I needed like $5,000 worth of stuff. And it's like, it's like when the lawnmower runs out of gas. Do you buy gas or just buy a new lawnmower? And that's what we did here.
I've never heard that, but that's
Stick
a
the
great
old one in a
analogy.
bush.
Stick the old one in a bush and buy a new one. Who needs gasoline? I love it.
So I pretty much
awesome,
took
man.
the same car. It's just six years newer. I had a 2019. Now we have a 2025.
Yeah,
Good for you.
that's awesome.
So
That's
That's
awesome.
not-
Congratulations.
you had to like after that Facebook Marketplace interaction, you're like, I can't have the green one anymore. Gotta.
yeah, you know what? I was like, hey,
Get a
that
new car.
$30 could have went a long way right now. Buying
Mhm.
PlayStations and cars and
Good for you, man. Enjoy.
God, I'm on a budget. Well, my
PlayStations
computer's
and
falling
cars.
apart right now, and the wife's like, "Don't think you're buying a laptop now." I was like, "Yeah, fair point. Fair
Yeah.
point."
Yeah, I know how. That
Well, that's awesome. Our lives have been busy and just so much fun. I love all the things that are happening with you guys. It's sheer entertainment. Next up, we're going to talk about what we've been playing. Do either of you guys want to go first, or should I just go ahead and go through it?
Go ahead, Coos.
All right.
You go.
What,
I
Drew?
just talked a lot, so
Okay. I finished Is This Seat Taken? Finished that
I
game.
said, go ahead.
Hambone
I
talked
just
about
talked a lot.
that. Yeah, it was a fantastic game. I highly recommend it. Good puzzle game. Love it. And I passed on the virtual card to the kid, so now she's playing it. So Is This Seat Taken is now taken by my child.
Amazing.
Yeah.
There's some really
So-
tricky levels at the end there. It took
Yeah.
me a few times to like replace the stinky people in the correct locations.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were always the troublemakers, man. Those
The
stink
stinky
dudes.
ones, the stink spread. So you had to be weary of the stink
Yeah.
spread. But
The
yeah, I
pain
really
of
enjoyed that
stink.
game for what it was. It was a good length. It was a good price. It was
Yeah.
a good story. It was cute. It was a good puzzle. It was just hard enough. There wasn't an overwhelming amount of buttons to press. So
Very
it
true.
clicked all the boxes for me other than being underwater. So maybe the next one will be, Is This Submarine Taken? Hopefully
Amazing.
that's what the
Yeah.
second one will be. And the next game that I finished was underwater. Naiad. My kids like how I say that on the podcast. I played Naiad.
Nice.
I finished. I had to. My good friend Jess that I used to work with, I sent a message to my coworkers and said, I can't finish this. It's stage 11 and I'm done. And she was like, you got to pull through. You got to finish it. So I fired it up yesterday and just knocked it out. I would not recommend that game. But you know what? I felt bad because at the end, after I beat it, the credits rolled and it was like, this game has been made by one person. And I said, I was
wow.
like, well, I shouldn't have just harped on it so bad. Bless this guy's heart or gal's heart. Bless this person's heart. Whoever made this game, it was one person. I should give them credit for putting in all this time. And, for what it was, for one person making this game, it was amazing. But I don't know if I would go, if it's on PlayStation Plus, maybe check it out for free, or, I don't even know if you want to check it out for free. It's just not, it's not worth your time.
Naiad.
Naiad, I know, right? Also, and next up, I'm going to move on from Naiad's done. You know what, Hambone, though? I might go back and try to knock off some of those trophies. It's got stage
Yeah.
select. It's got
Oh, that's
stage
awesome.
select, so I
Was
could
it
go
was
in.
it 12 levels? You said you fell off on level 11 when
It
you
was
hammered out the rest.
16 levels, Hambone Johnny. I looked it up because I was
Brutal,
on
man.
level 11 and I was
Ugh.
done, and I Googled it and it said 16. I'm like, nope, I'm not doing
Go
it.
play another third of the game. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So then the last half of the game, I was just flying through and not really picking up all the collectibles and things that I needed for all the trophies. I'm like, I just got to roll credits. And I roll credits and it's this one guy like, thank you for playing the one game that I spent half my life on making. I'm like, well, I shouldn't have poo-pooed on your dream there, pal. But here we are. Naiad. We'll see if I go back to it to try to knock off some of those trophies, but it's looking like no. Might have to let those trophies go in the wind. When I was in Aspen with the in-laws, I took my iPad mini. I took an adapter to connect it to the TV, and I took my Pro. What is this?
The 8-bit do.
The 8-bit do Pro 2 controller, and connected it to the iPad to the television, and streamed the PlayStation from my house to the place where we were staying, and it worked great. I played Jonathan Madden 2026. It was a great experience. It played really well. You got to have good internet, right, for remote play, whether you're playing on the portal or you're just streaming on your phone or iPad. You got to have good internet for that to actually work. But worked. I had good internet. Worked well. The good thing about Madden is that it's like Old Faithful. I played Madden a couple of years. I own every Madden. For some reason, I own every physical copy of Madden like a lunatic, but I don't play them.
That is.
I play like one every 4 years. And this is the one, right? So I fired it up, and it's just like riding a bike, man. I mean, the buttons are like, it's so, because we've talked about this before, how with golf games, we like it a little more arcadey, not as sim-like. Some games you want very simulation. Some games you want more arcadey. The sports games, a lot of them are very sim games, especially the EA sports games, the 2K and all that. But the Mario golf game and the Mario baseball games are super fun because you never know what's going to happen, right? But these EA sports games, these sim games, are not that simmy. They can be. They have that option, right? You can get into franchise mode and build your player and tweak all the options and change the weather and do all this and dial it in. But if you just want to pick up that game, go to exhibition mode. I just popped in and played the Pro Bowl. And it was just, the buttons were so like, I remember R2 to dash, square to tackle, circle to change your man. It was all like right there. It was like hanging out with an old friend, you know? And of course, the graphics are what they are. They change a little bit over the years, but Madden's going to look amazing no matter what it is, unless you're playing Madden 92. So this is great. I recommend Jonathan Madden 2026. That's the full name of the game, Jonathan Madrino. It was it's fun, right? It's fun. Don't think that, because a lot of times I think these sports games I'm going to get into and put way too much time in. But if you just want to play around, that's available as well. So I had a good time. I actually played it today.
I'll tell you what, Cruz. I mean, the sports games nowadays are great. Evan, I was watching him play the NBA 2K26, and he was legit playing Knockout. He was playing Horse. He was playing like all these like fun little mini games, cool. And they had like this cool like 3-star mode. And then once he discovered, it's like, oh, I only got 2 stars. I had to replay that one. Like he was addicted to it.
Yeah.
And then I told him, then he found out about the trophies later on. And then I told him about you two. I was like, oh, these guys have lots of trophies. Like, oh, I want to be friends with them then. And he was all pumped.
Yeah.
So you're right. There's a lot of options now in the newer sports games.
Yeah. Yeah. Or I mean, and that's what's great about it is that you can go in and put that time. That can be your one game for the year. I kind of started feeling that with the PGA 2K game. Like I could probably play this. I could be content with this game and only this game for this year. And also I can pop it in, play 9 holes and bounce out. That's the way it is with 2K and the Madden. Like you can get in, play franchise mode and horse and all these things, or you can just hop in, play an exhibition game, you know, run a little bit and get it out. So I like having both those options. I like that they make it user friendly, I feel like. Next up, I played a game. I don't know. Drew, did you look into this game when you saw it on my list? Probably not yet. This game is called Pools.
I saw this on PlayStation, and because when I created your account and I friended you, I was like, what the hell is this guy playing?
Right. So this game was on, I think it was on like Steam VR or something. I heard about it as a VR game. And the demo is now on PlayStation for just hear me out here. I know you're looking at the screenshots. So it's billed.
I'm looking at it.
It's billed as a horror game. Okay, it's a walking sim horror game. And I showed the screenshots to my wife, and she was like, "That there's no way I'd play that. It looks scary as hell." And I'm like, "I don't get it. What's scary about it?" So basically, you're just walking through this empty maze of rooms. Some are lit, some aren't, some are very bright, some are dark, pitch black dark. And in every room, there's a pool of water, usually a dark water that you can't see, but it's no deeper than like waist high. And there's nothing else there. There's no jump scares. There's no bad guys. There's a couple things I saw I won't spoil, but there's like a couple weird things. I know you're not going to play it, Drew. I already see your face. You're like, spoil away, guy. Tell me all about pools. But in my mind, I love in The Last of Us just exploring to see the areas that are overrun and run down. I like just going to a corner of a house and seeing like, how did this house look before it deteriorated? And I like the rundown, the dilapidated feel of a lot of these video games. That's what I really liked about Stray, was like, it was this basically abandoned city that was run by robots. It felt like a warm blanket. So being in this place felt very good. I was like, it's great. Nobody's here. It's just me and pools. I love this. I don't have to worry about kids or wives or bad guys or NPCs or somebody saying, go collect these coins. It's amazing. I will live in this pool world. So I ran around. Apparently this game is about 6 stages that take 10 to 30 minutes in each stage. The demo was just one stage. I guess I never figured my way out, but the more time I spent there, the creepier I felt. It was so weird. Like the sound, there's no sound, there's no music. All you hear is the water and the echo of your footsteps. And so it's really
that could be
eerie. After, like at the beginning, I'm running around. I'm like, all right, I got this. There's water. This is great. I'm looking underwater. Is there any fish? No fish. Of course not. There's nothing here. But after about 15 minutes, I was like, okay, this is odd now. Like it's just me and pools. And I kept walking, and it was by the time I turned that game off, I was a little creeped out, I'll be honest. And it's weird how that happens, because I was dead set on living in this world. And at the end, I'm like, I felt the little cobwebs inside me like creep up. It was just eerie. It's just eerie. I don't know. It's a hard thing to describe. If you want like a creepy game for October, the demo's free on PlayStation. Check it out. Spend 10 minutes in it and just see what you think. It's got the VR option, which would be mind-blowingly insane, which I will play. I'll play through this game when the whole thing comes out. But just the demo is just flat, not VR, just regular game. But check it out, man. Check it out. I think it's interesting to see how people react to this and what creeps you out, you know. What do you think, Drew? I see you over there questioning my choices.
Something. It's something. I mean, the one picture that I clicked on was this woman in a skimpy bathing suit, which just in the middle of a pool. There's this other one that has some rubber duckies. Well, I don't know. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing.
Maybe that's level 2.
It looks creepy. It looks. That's level 2.
That's level 2 is got the woman. Yeah,
that's not for free.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. When I read, and you just mentioned at the end the VR thing, I think that's where you could get a little creepy with it.
Yeah. But it's wild. It's wild. Definitely.
To be honest,
if that sounds interesting to you, dear listener, then check it out. If you want a creepy game for spooky season. Next up, I played and streamed Sonic Cross Worlds, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. I told you guys when we talked about the Nintendo Direct, I was like, I'm out. I don't like Sonic. I don't play Sonic. I don't know Sonic. Who is Sonic? I'm a Nintendo guy. I'm not a Sega guy. I'm not going to play Sonic Kart. I've got Mario Kart. Well, this game came out and all the reviews, I didn't play any of the trial things or whatever they let you get into early. I just saw the reviews and some of the screenshots and gameplay, and I was like, this looks like a good kart game. I'm going to try it out. So then I went to buy it, and it was like, how about the free demo? Would you like to play that? And I was like, absolutely. So then I played the free demo, and I'm like, this is better than Mario Kart. And I hate to say that, better than Mario Kart World. It was the demo, and it sold me on the upgraded game with extra characters and tracks or whatever. I ended up paying like $90 for the whole bang. So yeah, I'm gonna get my money's worth though. I have a blast with this game. I streamed it for an hour and a half on YouTube. If you want to go check that out,
I watched some of it. Yeah,
the customization in that game is out of control. You can customize the heck out of the carts. There's a lot of so many characters on there. There's like Bird Sonic and Girl Sonic and Alligator Sonic and Robot Sonic. I don't know. There's a bunch of people. I don't know the Sonic universe, but there's, I'd say, about 30 characters or so. That might be because I bought the upgraded thing that has extra characters. Who knows?
Suckered right in.
If you like Mario Kart, definitely play this. If you were disappointed with Mario Kart World, definitely play this. If you love Mario Kart and you're just happy and content with Mario Kart World and you love that, you don't need to play this. But I would suggest trying the free demo. It's on Switch 2. I think it's just a Switch 1 version on Switch 2. And then it's on PlayStation. It's on all systems. Check out the demo. Just try it out now that it's been out. They've game tested it. They've worked out the kinks. Check it out. See what you think. I like it, and I would like to play online with anyone who would like to play with me. Holler at me. I'm Bob Cousy on all platforms. So that's what I've been playing.
Kuz, I was going to ask you with your super deluxe. Oh, go ahead, Drew. Sorry.
I got it on PlayStation.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just going to say with your super deluxe version, did you see that Mega Man is coming to the game? There was an announcement from the PlayStation State of Play last week.
I just kind of glanced and saw Mega Man, and just that's what sold me. I didn't even know it could have said like this Mega Man likes this game, and I would have bought it. Like I didn't even know. I just saw the words Mega Man, and it sold me on the $20 extra to buy the pass.
That's awesome.
The season pass. So
yeah, it was a pretty cool reveal they did during the State of Play for the Mega Man stuff. So yeah, that should be fun. Yeah. And I was watching you play, man. It seemed like a good time.
It is. And you know, I think good games to stream have things that you don't know. It's like crazy, hectic things that are going to happen. Either you fight a big bird man who's going to kill you in 2 hits, or you know, hit a couple hole-in-ones or get all albatrosses, or, you know, and me racing this game, I had no idea. What was going to come next. So it was like, anything could happen, which made for, I thought, a decent stream. But it's a fun game. It's fun. And that's what video games are all about. Trademarked fun. Whew. I'm worn out now. I'm hyping up Sonic and pools. Drew, what have you been playing?
Oh, I've been playing a decent amount as well. So I think last time we talked, I don't think I had finished Silksong, right? I think that's correct.
Yeah.
So I have now completed Silksong. I forget what I said it was. I feel like I beat it probably like right after last episode. So it was maybe 25 to 28 hours it took me, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I really hate played the last 8 hours of that game.
That's tough.
I feel like I had to just do it to prove a point, to just play it. I'm okay with difficulty and having to learn patterns of bosses, and I found in this game I was okay with even like dying and running back and getting my cocoon, or dying, and even if I lost it, like I feel like I could get the currency and farm the material if I needed to. So that part of it I'm okay with. I think just what pisses me off the most is, and I get it, this is what these games are made for, but it doesn't mean I have to like it, is like the lack of direction. I tried using even like a portion of a guide at the end, and I was still confused sometimes on where you're supposed to be going, what I'm supposed to be doing. I think I messaged you guys once about like I was so mad about this boss or something. I kept fighting, and the spawn point was like 10 minutes away, and I kept having to go back and forth, and I was super frustrated. And then I later found out it was an optional boss. Like I didn't even have to do that objective, and it was just I don't know. The game itself is cool. There's a lot of cool moments within the game. I loved the controls. I thought I just the Metroidvania stuff, and it's okay being a hard game, but making you have to like not have a good spawn point or stuff like that. It's just it rubbed me the wrong way, and I really didn't enjoy the end. I think what happens is that the further you get into the game, the map grows and it grows and it grows, and Metroidvania it's supposed to go back and forth, and it's like the beginning was fun because it's kind of linear, right? You kind of know where you're going. You get into a new area, great. Like the first 4 areas, like they're not that bad. I can go back to those. I know back to the central hub, but as you add more and more areas, and there's not as many save points, it's just I struggled with having fun with it. But it's done. It's in the past. Not going back.
Those games that get you on the first 4 stages that
I
are super
played
fun. Oh, you can't hear me. That was a delay. Hold on, Drew. Let me say something. What was I gonna say? Oh my gosh. Oh, that's how they get you though, is like the first 4 stages, they hook you in and they're like, this game is great, this is an amazing game. And then that's when the world opens up and it's like, oh, you're hooked now. You can't turn back. You've played enough of this game, where now you get in the hard part that's intensely insane and you're not going to quit because you've invested your time in. That pisses me off, man.
Well, that's how I felt, Goose. Thanks for saying it that way. I think you nailed it there.
Okay. Go for it.
On the total opposite spectrum, I went and bought Lego Voyager. This is a game where it's required for 2 players, right? That's kind of the now hype the last few years, these co-op split fiction type style games. This one's Lego's version of it. It was a little on the pricier side. I got it on sale. It was $23 on sale. And it's a very simple game. You play as 2 Lego bricks, and I mean like a 1 Lego brick, like just like a 1x1 Lego brick. And you kind of just roll around. It's just because you don't hop, you literally just roll, and it's a Lego, so it's weird how you roll. You can attach yourself to things. There's a little bit of co-op play in there, obviously. It's a cute little story that try to be artsy with you start off in this little island, and in the background there's like this rocket ship that's going to be blasted into space, and all of a sudden it blasts and it goes up and then it crashes, and it's like you're on a journey with your other Lego partner to go find and like save the rescued crew. I don't know. I haven't found it yet. The problem is, to me, it's very simplistic. It's very simple. There's not a lot going on. There's no enemies. There's nothing like that. It's just a very chill puzzle-ish type thing, but there's not really puzzles. It's almost like a weird platformer, but the platforming isn't great because you're a little Lego brick and you can't really do a lot. I will say the music and the sound effects are fantastic. It really draws you in. It's not hooking me. I'm not seeing the $23 price tag. I don't know. I haven't finished it yet. My wife and I will. I did look it up. I think it's like 3 hours to beat. So I'm going to have a real problem with it if it's 3 hours for $23.
That sounds great.
With all that being said, it's a Coos game. It's 100% a Coos game. You got to go grab Mini Coos or somebody and play this. I don't think you can play it by yourself. I think it does require you to be co-op.
And this is the new one.
This is a Coos style game. This is the brand new one. Yeah. Yep. Or put on your favorites list and see if it drops to like $10 or something, because I think it might be more worth it than that. But yeah, Lego Voyager. I'm going to finish it because I think it's a short game, and I don't know. I mean, I've only played about an hour and 15 minutes, so I don't know if there's going to be more to it, but pretty basic, not a lot to it so far. All right, what else have I been playing? Really quick, kids and I were playing Mario Kart World with the wife the other day. That was fun. And then my daughter, out of nowhere, was like, don't we have Just Dance? I want to dance. I was like, that's random. I was like, maybe there's like and then we were looking, and there was a demo for the new one, and you can play 2 songs. One of them was a SpongeBob and Patrick, and the other one was something else. So we said I downloaded the demo, and they played the 2 songs probably 5 times each for like an hour total. And I was like, what are you two doing with your life? And I was like, I'm not buying this game because if I remember correctly, they have like subscription fees just to play the different songs, and it's all complicated. And I was like, this is going to be a phase, and you're going to play it for like 2 days, and I'm going to be suckered in for like a $50 subscription fee, and I'm out. Not doing it. So food for thought. They liked it, but that was it. Hades 2, Hambone. I jumped into Hades 2 a decent amount. I completed my first run. I beat Chronos. It's great. It's Hades. What is there not to like? It's polished. I think after playing games like Raven Watch, Silksong, it's just a different feel, right? And I think it's funny because when you played Raven's Watch, you were like, I need to dash more because you were probably playing Hades. And I'm like,
Yep.
I think I dashed too much, and my dashes are very short. And it's like, it's different, right? And I've been playing these other games a lot lately, so I wasn't used to that. I love the dynamic. I love the different characters, the voice acting, exploring the little hub, seeing all of it. It's great. I don't know. I mean, my first impression, again, I'm probably decent amount in since I beat the first run. There's something not hooking me yet, though, like the first one. I think the first one is better. I think the level design in the first one was a little bit smoother and more enjoyable for me. I will say the third world, which is like the plains,
Yeah,
I
the morning fields.
hate it. I think it's a terrible
That's my least
terrible
favorite as well.
level design. It's this massive open area, and it's like you can't move on. I might beat all the enemies, but you can't move on because you have to find the boon and I don't even know where it is. And I'm just running around this area trying to find the boon to activate it, to spawn enemies, to kill the enemies, to then exit the level. I don't know. I think it's a poor design. I don't love it.
If you find there's a golden tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you find that tree, and it'll tell you directionally.
I did find that
where
towards the end.
Yeah.
But it's just a weird. I think
it's not my favorite. You can get
it's
lost
just so
there a lot.
different. You can. And I don't love that. But yeah, there's something about it. Like when I finish a run, I don't have that like one more run mentality with this game. I'll keep playing it. I'll play a couple more times. But with all October being such a crazy release window for games, I don't know how much more I'll give into Hades 2. I don't know if I'll do like a full complete beat like I did with Hades 1 when you had to beat like 10 times. So
let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Wow. I lost it again. Why don't you have that feeling of one more run, do you think? Is it because the runs take so long? Is it because it's so hard? Is it because why don't you have that like I'm ready to hit another run right after this?
Sorry, you broke up there, but I got the question. I think for me, it might be part of the level design. That third level, I think the second boss is fun. The first one at this point is like, it's fine. It's nothing special. It's just power through it. The third one, I think, again, I'm not trying to spoil anything. The second boss fight is fantastic. No, the whole second world is fantastic. I love playing that. The third level I hate, and the third boss fight, I don't know. I think it's broken in a weird way. There's something about it. I can't put a pin on it. It just seems odd. It's like you have to get close, and then his AoE damage is literally the entire screen. It's just a weird. There's something about it that rubs me the wrong way. So I think it's not like a fun. 50% of it is fun for me. The other 50% is like I got to power through this to get to that part. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah.
No, that's too bad. Are you using the sprint? Not the dash, but
yes.
the sprint.
Yeah,
okay.
Holding it. Yeah,
holding it. Yep.
So
that's too bad. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just not grabbing me.
it's similar to like Raven's Watch from character
Yeah,
build and an attack, but it's just the way it plays is so different. The speed is night and day from like a Raven's Watch, in my opinion. So,
hmm,
and I will say that you've beaten a run, you've beaten Chronos, you've
yep.
seen half the game.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
There's more to see. And I think what so I'm on the flip side. I love this game. I played it early access, 30 hours or so earlier this year. I probably have another 15 in since it came out last week. Beating a bunch of runs. I just love going and getting all the resources from your runs and coming back, and there's always something to upgrade, or there's always
Yeah,
a conversation to have. There's something to progress nearly every time, as long as you have like a decent run. And then the systems just build off of each other. You can always get stronger. And I've maxed out my Arcana cards now. I've got all of them unlocked. I have all 30 grasps, so I can
wow.
basically build what kind of character I want. Um, Upgraded a bunch of my weapons, and you might eventually unlock like these. It's the chaos challenges, chaos trials, where this pink rock will show up in your area where you're preparing for battle, and it'll put you in a very specific situation where it'll say use this weapon, this aspect of this weapon, with this keepsake equipped in this region, and your goal is to just beat that one region with a weapon that you may never have used before, and it gives you this new
Hmm,
opportunity to try something out, and you don't have to commit to a whole 30-minute
that's
run
cool.
for it.
I like
It's like
that.
5 to 10 minutes, however long it takes you to clear it.
I
So
think,
it's introducing a lot of new stuff if you stick with it,
yeah,
but if it doesn't hold you, I
it might.
understand.
I think you hit on something though that brings back to Cruz's point that for me is tough. Is like you could have a run where you're just getting the best upgrades and it's working to your play style and your hexes is nice and it's like it's flowing and it's like that's fun because it's my play style. So you finish that run like, man, I want to do that again. And then the next run comes and you're just not getting anything that plays to your play style. All of the upgrades and boons are just like a special or like you're like far attackers and it's just like, well, I don't really use those that much, so like now it forces you to use them, which is nice, but it's like I don't like that play style of this, like, so that discourages me. Like, oh, I'm frustrated. Should I just die and start this run over? Like, or do you keep going and power up these ones? So, and I get that's Hades, right? I mean, I'm going to compare it to Raven's Watch again. Raven's Watch is similar in a way, but at the end of the day, you still have your same skill set, right?
Yeah,
And your same skills
that's
is how
true.
you play the game. So it's two totally different games. That just would be my play style. I want to play a character, and I want to know that when I hit this button, it's going to do like the same thing over and over again. Uh, it's just different, and I don't hate it. I loved Hades 1. I think Hades 1 level design was a lot better, so that made me more intrigued. I am invested in the story though, right?
Yeah,
So I
the
will say in
story's
Hades
really
2,
good.
I am intrigued. I am super intrigued with the story and the characters, and not a spoiler, but the first time you beat Kronos, and it's like what happens, right? That little 30-second cutscene type stuff. Like it's like, oh, I want to beat him again because I want to see what happens next. So
Yep,
like I am invested in that part of it. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm not done yet. I just don't know how far I'll go. Other shiny things might distract me.
that's fair.
Um, and then really quickly, I'll mention this, and I'm going to need help for you guys to strive me ask questions. So the other night, you guys laughed because it was Tuesday night. Yeah, last night, Dancing with the Stars night. My wife watches every Tuesday, so I have 2 hours to play video games. And I'm like, oh, anybody want to jump on Switch and play a Capybaras or something stupid and fun? And then like, I think Hambo and you made the joke like you just bought a PS5 and you're gonna go buy a $5 Switch game. And then I'm like, oh yeah, shit, I forgot. I do have a PlayStation 5. So I went upstairs. I told the wife I'll be up there. I did all the nice gaming lights on. I had the Red Sox on the smaller TV. I was like, I don't even have a PlayStation account yet. I made my PlayStation account. Anybody that wants it, my username is simple Drew Diffu, DREWDIFU. And I was like, what am I going to play? All I have is NBA 2K. I was like, let me see. Let me look into the PlayStation Plus stuff. Let me see if there's any demos. Let me just see what's out there. So mind was going crazy. And then I'm like, Astro. I was like, what's this? Astrobots? I was like, I know, I've heard everyone. If you're a gamer, you know what Astrobot is. So I was like, what's this thing? And I was like, I could just play it. I was like, oh, I think I played this at Cruz's house when I saw him. Like, it's like a play demo. And from that moment forward, it introduces the controller and how to use the controller. And I'm like, holy shit, this is incredible. This is nice. So educate me. I think I wrote it down wrong. It's called Astro Playroom. That's what it's called?
Astro's Playroom. Yep. Yeah, that comes with every PS5.
And is this... So it's like a 5-hour, let's say, game. I played like the first 2 worlds or whatever it was, maybe.
Mhm.
Now, is there an additional Astrobot game, or is this all there is?
Yes. No, Astrobot, just the game that's called Astrobot, came out last year. That's the game that won Game of the Year at the Game Awards. So much
same
longer
thing,
game.
just expanded world. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, same character. They introduce new stuff, different power ups and everything, but the platforming is identical. Same like hover jump, spin thing, all that stuff. Same character.
If you like that Playroom game, definitely get the Astrobot game.
Okay.
Because you're right. Playroom's cool. You collect you can learn about all the old PlayStation stuff that you didn't experience. Go back to the hub world. Have you tried the gacha machine yet? That was like almost my favorite thing, doing that. You go and you collect coins, and you can go to the gacha machine, and you I think it's like 100 coins or whatever, and you pull the trigger, and it locks. It like shows you the different like adaptive trigger, and you can feel it as you're pulling the arm down. It's really cool.
Oh, I'll do that next time I play. Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. So yeah, that's it. That's what I've been playing. I haven't jumped deep into PlayStation yet, but eventually I will. But I'm just easing my way into it and navigating around the Switch.
To dip your toe in.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's it for me.
Hambone Johnny, what have you been playing?
Yeah, outside of Hades 2, a few things, but yeah, I'm just been crushing Hades 2. I took my Steam Deck on my trip, so that's where I'm playing Hades.
How'd it go? How is the Stream Deck traveling with it?
Awesome. So I have the D-brand case, and I have the travel cover on it, and the travel cover just kind of like snaps right on the top, so it's super streamlined. I don't have a big bulky case. I bring the USB charger, as you do. But yeah, it was great. I had my flight was like 2.5 hours, and then another hour and a half, and I had battery through both, even though I did doze off for a little bit there. But yeah, it was nice. Awesome. I was able to play Hades all the way down as much as I wanted.
Yeah.
And it runs at 90 frames a second on the Steam Deck. So
wow.
Yeah, really, really clean. So that was great. But while I was getting ready to leave on my trip, Steam dropped a big sale. And I literally had to leave in like 15 minutes, and I'm looking through the sale. I'm like, oh, maybe I can download something quick. And in my infinite wisdom, I saw Final Fantasy VII Remake on sale.
How many times have you played this thing?
This will be my third time playing it, so not that many.
Not bad.
But yeah, it was like $20, $22, and I was like, I've been looking to play this again. I've got the itch, so I started downloading it. It got like 40% in, and I had to leave. I'm like, I'm going to be late for the airport if I don't leave now. So in the car, I hooked up my phone's like hotspot to the Steam Deck. So I'm like, download while I'm driving. I get to the airport. I'm like, hook it up to the public Wi-Fi. Keep downloading, baby. And I would just, every time I would get to a new location or something, I would just like latch onto that Wi-Fi. I'm like, come on, I want to play it tonight by the time I get to my hotel. And I got to my hotel, and it was like 88% complete. So I finished the download in the hotel room, and then I jumped in that. I played a couple chapters. Great game. Definitely scratched the itch. I came back and downloaded it on my PC here. I was curious to see how it would run, and it's running great on the PC too. It actually takes really low specs. So awesome game. Definitely recommend, if you haven't played it before, to check that out.
How long is that game to finish it?
I think it's under 30 hours, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I always think of the Final Fantasy games as being like 80 to 80 hours or whatever.
You're not wrong. The interesting thing about Remake is that it's split into 3 parts. So this is just part 1 of the
Oh,
story. And
right.
part 2 came out last year with Rebirth, and they have yet to announce part 3.
Okay. So it's so long that they split it into 3 games.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
So, all right, so I just pulled it up on how long to beat. It's 32 hours for
Okay.
main story, 40
Yeah.
hours main story and sides, which is reasonable.
But I think by splitting it is smart, right? Because I think it kind of opens it up to players a little bit more.
Yeah, I would
like we
agree.
talked about last time. Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
So
it's
I like
you're
that.
not committing to 100 and whatever hours. Like if you were to play this game and that's it, like you have basically a complete story. You just didn't watch the rest of the seasons of the show, right?
Sure. That makes
Um,
sense.
So yeah, great game. The other game that they got me on the Steam sale was Art of Rally.
I
This
played
might be,
that.
yeah, I was gonna say this might be a Coos game. This came out several years ago, so I got it on a pretty good sale. But it's a um, polygon-esque, like low texture racing game.
Oh yeah.
It's got some really great controls. It's all based around an alternate universe where this very dangerous rally racing was never canceled and or whatever, stopped because apparently it was stopped at some point. Group B, I think they were saying. But yeah, so basically they set you in different locales. Like the first place you go to is Kenya. You're racing through the desert with one of 2 or 3 different cars, whether it's a front wheel drive or rear wheel drive, and the cars all feel real different. You're able to do some cool drifting and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's nobody else on the track with you. You're just you, and you've got to get to the end.
Mhm.
The tricky part is it's kind of hard to tell where the turns are coming up or not. Some like the first track. It looked like you were going straight, but there was a tree blocking the corner for where you had to turn, and I blew right through it. I ran over a person. It was bad. Um, but it's a fun game. It's a fun game. If you like racers and you're looking for something, this is definitely something you should take a look at.
Yeah.
A lot of game here too. Like it's
It is
gonna
on the
be
Switch as well. Is that
yeah,
what you
it's
bought
gonna
it
be
on?
several hours. I don't know how it would work on the Switch, to be honest with you, because this is definitely one of those racing games where the analog triggers would come into play. So, you know,
$25
pulling it down.
right now on the Switch.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know how.
I mean, I'm sure it would play fine, but that's definitely something that how I like to play those games is like feathering the brake or just giving it half accelerator, that kind of stuff. So,
I think
yeah,
I bought it on the Switch. I think that's where I played it. I didn't play it for long, maybe an hour or 2, but I enjoyed it.
that's cool. Yeah, I'd be curious if anyone played it on the Switch how that all goes. But yeah, everybody's golf. All right, so getting over to PlayStation Land, everybody's golf. I rolled credits.
Yeah, I saw that.
I beat all of the challenge mode
Mhm.
challenges.
Did it ever get challenging?
Yes.
Okay.
The platinum challenges are really tough. I still haven't gotten first place in all of them. I have 2 or 3 more to go, but I've done the last like match play for the platinum level tour. And the tours 2 or 3 down from there is when it actually did start getting tricky. They start introducing a lot of weather. Snow
Yep.
shows up, which really dampens your
Wow.
ball flight. Rain, of course, is more prevalent, and the winds start coming
Winds
up a
pick
lot. Like
up,
the ones
yeah.
that I'm playing right now, the winds are like 10 miles an hour, so it really
Oh, jeez.
impacts.
You know,
impacts
that
the
was
ball
the
flight
thing about this game. Like a 4 miles per hour wind shifts the ball a lot.
a lot.
And I
More than you
had
would think in real life.
problems. I had problems with that in the beginning. I was like, I don't understand why I'm missing the green by 10 yards. And it was
Yeah.
like, it's just the wind is way more than you think.
The wind's way more than you think, and even the type of character, right? If your character is hitting a high
Yeah.
ball, it's gonna take it even more, right?
You're
So
right.
there's a lot of factors to play in there. But yeah, it's great. I'm still chipping away at that. I want to go and do the world tour, and then eventually I'm gonna get all the characters to max loyalty. So that's my long goal for the
Wow.
platinum. I think that's going to be the hardest thing to do is just kind of grind out all those characters. But this is a game I'll play forever. It's my favorite golf game on PlayStation so far. So
Nice.
enjoying it.
Nice.
And the other game, Kuz's favorite game, some may call it spooky, is Baby
Some may
Steps.
call it spooky. Baby
Yes.
steps, you say?
Baby steps. This
Gosh,
game is.
You're one of those,
Oh,
aren't you?
God,
Is-
this game was something.
Drew saw me playing this for a little bit. This is just ridiculous game. It's got just the weirdest sense of humor, but you're this guy, you're walking around and basically you're just trying to climb a mountain. You're sitting on your couch, you're this 35-year-old deadbeat guy. The game opens and you're sitting on your couch and your parents are arguing upstairs, being like, he has to get a job, or like he can't just keep doing this or whatever. And he mumbles to himself and tries to change the channel, and he gets warped to this other land where he's just at the base of a mountain, and a guy shows up and he's like, hey, are you ready for your journey? And this guy's like, and that's how he talks like half the time. And he's like, okay, well, the guy who comes up to you wants to give you a map and like help you out and like let me get you some gear. Oh, you don't have any shoes. And the guy's like, it's okay, I'll be all right. And he just starts walking. But in order to walk, you can't just hit the joystick. You have to physically move the left trigger and the right trigger, and that controls your legs in
Oh,
combination with how hard you're pushing the joystick, because the joystick isn't your walk, it's your lean. So you have to like lean and step and lean and step and lean and step and lean and step, and you really have to get into that rhythm. And then if you have to go up a hill, that changes a little bit, or if it's downhill, it changes a little bit. So you're falling all over the place. This guy really has to go to the bathroom. The guy who wants to give you a map in the beginning shows up again, like pretty early on, and the guy's like, "Is there like a outhouse or somewhere where I can go?" And the guy goes, "Hey, how about this bush?" And
yeah.
and he leans down and is like, "Here's this bush," and he's like right
Go for
there.
that Lego.
Yeah. Oh my God. So it's just completely ridiculous. I have not popped any trophies in it. It's a very short trophy list. Where I fell off in the game is I found a place called Box Hell, and it literally is just a bunch of like cardboard boxes stacked on top of each other. And I
Oh,
was like, oh, this can't be too bad. Like, let me just go in here. Terrible decision.
no stability.
Terrible decision. I don't know how to get out. I'm just stuck in this land of boxes. I thought I was trying to climb towards this ladder area. Um, I don't think I can get up there. I did find out how to climb a ladder though, which was very difficult with this game. So apparently you can climb a ladder going backwards. So it was easier than trying to go forwards. So that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a bunch of mayhem, dude. And really it's just trying to get to the next cutscene and have some laughs along the way. I've seen some other people streaming this. Apparently there's like a desert and like a snow area that I've got to find eventually, which is pretty funny. The snow area had like the train from Uncharted 2. You know, who's the opening of Uncharted 2 where Drake opens up and wakes up on the train and it's hanging down vertical.
Yeah.
It's pretty ripped off right out of there, and you have to platform on the different suitcases and the seats and stuff to get up there. Looks insane.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm having fun. I haven't touched it in a few days since Hades come out. But I got to get back to it eventually. That's my goal by the end of the year, is try to find the top of this mountain in baby steps. And I don't know if it's ever going to be something I'll be able to get a plat in, but
Good.
I aspire to continue to walk in that game. And that's
I
it.
think the thing that I do like about this game is that it looks silly like that, right? Anything could
Which is very
happen.
funny.
Like the comedy and falling down hills and stuff. I love to see that in video games. It's just fun and funny. The thing that stresses me out about it is the controls. Like that sounds awful. Like I want to press forward to walk. As soon as I've got to like hit all the buttons, I don't want to put that much effort in to walk.
It's a learning curve for sure right at the beginning, but once you crack the code and you get into a little bit of a rhythm, you can get going at a pretty good pace. And then it's funny when you fall inevitably, but
Right, yeah.
because the guy is
Yeah.
always just like, ah. And then he just like falls down a cliff and he's like, oh, and then you got to
Yeah.
go
That
do it
is-
again.
Then his hat
Yeah.
falls off and goes down the mountain.
Oh yeah, I found a couple hats. I found a crown. I found a bucket. I don't know if that's going to do anything. I also found a banana and an orange and an apple. I don't know if those do anything, but he was happy to eat them. So good on you, baby steps guy.
That's awesome.
Good on you. That's relatively new. I feel like that just came out recently, right?
Yeah, within the last week and a half or so.
Yeah. And it's on all systems, not on Switch.
Not on Switch, just the PC and PS5 right now.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what we've been playing. It has been a lot. It has been a lot. Drew, I saw you moved up the segment there. Do you want me to hit that real quick?
I think it's your call, Coos.
Oh, okay. All right. So as you know, in this podcast era that we have here at the 8-Bit Clubhouse, we don't do a lot of news. We just talk about what we're playing. We have a little fun story here and there. Talk about hiding stuff in bushes and Hades 2 and all the fun stuff. So we just kind of breeze over the news. But I just saw something that piqued my interest in the news. That a one Douglas Bowser is leaving Nintendo as the CEO and president of Nintendo of America at the end of this year. And I wanted to share a little bit on that because I'm sure a lot of your video game podcasts and people have talked about this, and Doug Bowser's leaving. What does this mean for Nintendo? Let's rate Doug Bowser as how did he do in his time there? I just wanted to pitch in a little bit because I know Doug Bowser. I knew him. So I thought that would add a little, personal touch to our podcast by saying that, just kind of telling about how I met the guy and what I thought of him. And, that may shed a different light on it than some other podcasts. But when I got hired at Nintendo, I went and had, what do they call it? Onboarding thing. Yep. Where you go and you sit in a room with all the other new hires and they go over the list of things to do and not to do, I guess there's a better name for that. But we were all in this room onboarding and Doug Bowser comes in and I'm a little like shell shocked. I'm like, wow, this is the guy. This is like the boss's boss. I need to watch my P's and Q's. I can't get fired on day one for just like fanboying over this guy and running up to him and giving him a hug or kicking him in the shin. So he walks in and the first thing I noticed was that he was dressed like a normal dude. And he ended up getting on stage and talking to us all. It was a small room. There was about 8 tables and about 5 or 6 of us at each table. But there was a small stage there. And he gets up and says, just kind of welcome to the team and all this. And my name's Bowser. But he even mentioned I think this happened. Let me say this out loud and make sure that what I'm telling you is the truth. But I think he even mentioned you don't want to be the best dressed person in the room. He was just in he looked like he had just come from playing golf with a little quarter zip pullover over a polo. And as opposed to being the CEO and president of Nintendo dressed up in a suit and tie and all that. I know for a fact he didn't have a tie on, but he was very casually dressed and was like, you don't want to be the best dressed guy in the room. You want to get with the people and be on their level. I think he said that. If he didn't, when he left the room, the other lady that was running the show said, yeah, be like Doug and don't be the best dressed guy in the room. So maybe she was calling him out for being dressed shoddy. But when we had a break, I went up to him and introduced myself. So, and everything. And he was super low key, man, super approachable and real. And some of the past jobs I've worked at where I've met the CEO and stuff, it's like my bosses were like, you don't talk to that person without going through me first. If you're going to ask the CEO a question, you run it through me and I'll okay it before you even ask the question. And with Doug, it was just walk up to him. Hey, Doug. And he chose to go by Doug, not Mr. Bowser. It was Doug. It was just Doug, so everybody just called him Doug. So I thought that was really cool. He was a cool guy. I think he got a bad rap for Reggie being so
Yeah.
extravagant. Reggie was out there like very flamboyant, and y'all saw Reggie on all the things. Doug got there probably 6 months to a year before I did, so he was relatively still new. I missed Reggie when I got on, but I mean, everything I heard about Reggie was like he was just amazing, and lit up the room and could control a room and stuff. And Doug was just more chill. He was just way more everyman, and I think that he caught some heat for that, not being out there like people wanted him to be because they were used to Reggie. But man, Doug was awesome. I mean, it is awesome. Not RIP Doug, but he as a boss was amazing. As a person was amazing. The couple times, anytime we'd have like a corporate get together, he was there and just, chill, laid back, very approachable, very good guy. So I just wanted to put that out there and say, Doug, you're the man. And best of luck to you in your next endeavors. The next man up, I think the CEO is a guy that I don't know, a Japanese gentleman named Mr. Shibata. I never met him. Will be the CEO. But then Devin Pritchard is a young lady who's taken over the president role, and she's just as awesome. She like wears blue jeans and baggy clothes and is just like, let's get it done. Super nice, super friendly. None of these people. I've read some about the Mr. Shibata, that he was a little out. He worked for Nintendo of Europe some, and he got on some of their directs and things and did some silly stuff. But they're saying they may pull back the reins on him and not let him get so crazy in this role. But none of these people are ever going to be Reggie again, right? But Devin Pritchard is awesome. She is amazing. So I think Nintendo is in good hands. But I just wanted to mention that, throw that out there, not necessarily as news, but just to say, I don't know what I wanted to say, but I said it, so there it is.
No, that's awesome. I
appreciate sharing it.
Really appreciate the personal insights, and I think, we all listen to podcasts and whatnot, and you're absolutely right, Coos. Folks have been talking about this all week and speculating and comparing and doing all this stuff. At the end of the day, these are just people,
They are. Yeah.
And it is, I mean, they're important people for sure, but there's a human element to all this. So congrats, Doug.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see what Nintendo does next.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Doug was a corporate gamer. He'd, put out the monthly newsletter and say, what video game are you playing? And he'd always say, the one that had just come out. And I'm really loving, Big Brain Academy. But I think Devin Pritchard is more of a gamer. I got that sense from her that she's more tuned into the mind of the gamer. I don't know how that's going to matter. The president of Nintendo is basically just Japan's calling the shots. America's just saying, what do you want me to do? So Japan calls the shots. America listens. But Devin's awesome. She's a little more of a gamer than Doug, but we'll see what happens. We'll see how that translates to our systems. It probably won't. Well, who knows? Who knows what the future holds? All right. Next up, Drew, I'm going to pass this over to you because you love the month of October. You love the Halloween season, and you've got a lot of stuff here tonight planned for us. I'm just wondering, why didn't you do this for 4th of July, all through the month of July? Why didn't we have fireworks season?
This is the time of the year to be living in New England and just taking it all in and having fun. I love it. I love just the theme of Halloween and Frankenstein and mummies and Dracula and TV shows and horror movies. I love it. I love all of it. It's just so fun. It's something that like you can look forward to. You do it for like a month and a half, and then you just move on, and you don't think to talk about it for the rest of the year. It's great. It makes me enjoy it because it's not spread out. You think of fireworks, it's cookouts. That for me is like 4 or 5 months of the year. It's the summer. So this is just dialed in. All right. So here's what I have for you guys tonight. I have a bunch of stuff. I have some games. We got some listener questions, and we have some other fun stuff. So we're going to start off with what I'm saying. These Nintendo characters, I just picked 5 random ones, need help on deciding what to dress up for Halloween, and it's our job to give them ideas. So
Okay.
I tried to pick, common characters that everybody will know, but characters that are maybe a little bit, the B or C or D tier as well. So let's start off with Baby Mario. What do you guys think Baby Mario should dress up for Halloween this year?
I got one.
Okay.
I
let's
think
hear it.
Baby Mario should dress up as Yoshi.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
I think it's a little inverted, throwback to, Super Mario World 2,
Yep.
and he is now the Yoshi. I think that would be pretty cool.
All right.
All right.
Cruz,
I'm going to go with Chucky. I think the short.
Yes.
you stole my
shortness.
idea. You
Did I?
I literally have it written down. Incredible.
Yeah. 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 I think I'm going to go that route. Oh, as my second pick, I'm going to go. Oh, look, he's got him. Drew has
That's
an
awesome.
actual picture of Baby Mario as Chucky. It's amazing. It's
Look at that.
amazing. Yeah. That's great minds think alike there, Drew. How about I'll
I-
go with Baby Yoda then.
No, that's okay. You go with Chucky. That means it's the right answer.
Okay. Yeah. That's what that means. Yeah.
All right, let's go to you twos for this one again. Let's reverse this order. Daisy. Who is Daisy going to dress up as this year?
Let me see. What would Drew say? No. Daisy. I didn't look at this. Was I supposed to look at this list and think of stuff?
I
didn't-
said you had homework. We'll come back to you. Let's move on to Hambone. Think
I did
about
not
it.
prepare for this.
Daisy. I
Hambone.
always have a hard time with girl costumes. I think Daisy should dress
All right.
up as a little cute cow.
Okay.
Cow.
Yeah.
Okay, I like to see that, like
All
like a
right.
Peppery Ann type. Okay, a little. polka dot. All
Yeah,
right,
yeah, with the
I'm
little,
going.
little cow horns.
Yeah, I'm going with a little bit more modern times. Getting into the season, I'm gonna go with Matt from Stranger Things.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. I think I'm going to go with a banana. I think she should just wear a banana costume, like when you see in the crowd at the football game, just people wearing banana costumes. She can do that to attract Donkey Kong.
Okay. All right, next on our list, we're going with Boo. Already kind of themed as a ghost, but if he's not going as a ghost, what is he going as, Hambone?
So when I think of Boo, I think of round things. And when I think of round things, I think of coconuts. I think Boo could go as a coconut with a little hole
Okay.
cut out, maybe a little straw in there, like he's having, a little coconut drink. That Boo's
Yeah.
a coconut.
All right.
I like that. Cruz?
Yeah. I'm going to go with basketball. Basketball Boo.
Okay. I'm going to stay in the Ghost family, but I'm going to head over to Ghostbusters and say he should go as Slimer.
Oh, that's good. I like
Yeah,
that.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Somebody did their homework.
I mean, I got it. All right, next
That's
one,
great.
we're going with a Koopa Troopa.
All right.
Cruz, there's one answer here. If we could all think of it, what
Uh-huh.
should Koopa Troopa dress up as?
A transformer. Good
Not where
answer.
I was
Good answer.
thinking.
Good answer.
Good answer. Good answer.
What
Good
does
Is
the
it on the
survey
board?
say?
Not. Hambone, what are you thinking?
I think Koopa should dress up as Pete the Cat from the books.
Oh, that's good. I like
think he
Pete
would
the
be
Cat.
a good Pete the Cat.
Pete
Yeah.
the Cat. That's incredible. Paint himself
Yeah.
blue.
Yeah.
Well, folks, what I was looking for, the number one answer on the board was
Uh-huh.
a Koopa Trooper should dress up as a Ninja Turtle.
Oh,
good.
that's the number one
I do
answer.
AI in these.
That's the number one answer.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I did AI some of these ahead of time. Wait till you see this.
that is
last
that
one.
is the answer.
Okay. All right. The last one that we have on the board for tonight is Donkey Kong. Who
Mhm.
wants to go first?
I will go first. Does Donkey Kong, so he wears all kinds of different outfits in the
He
game.
does.
So it's hard to put him in something, but I would like to see Donkey Kong dressed up as Rosalina. No, not Rosalina. Who's the chick? Who's the
Oh,
Donkey
Pauline.
Kong?
Pauline.
Pauline, yes. Donkey Kong as Pauline in the girl wig and the dress. Give me Donkey.
Does
give
that
me
mean
girl
she's
Donkey
dressing
Kong.
up as Donkey Kong?
Yeah, for sure, man. It's the role reversal Halloween.
I like
And
it.
Bone.
All right, Donkey Kong for Halloween this year is going to go as Oscar the Grouch. He's gonna get his
okay.
he's gonna get his fur all painted up green. He's gonna get himself a nice little barrel,
That's
black
incredible.
some metallic paint on there, and boom, baby, Oscar the Grouch.
Oscar
Wow.
the Grouch.
I
I love it.
All right. This last one, I do have an AI picture. And
Okay.
Donkey Kong this year is going to go for a little haircut. He's going to do a little trim, maybe a little shave. And he's going to go as no other
Oh.
than Hulk Hogan.
Oh,
Yes.
Donkey Kong as Hulkamania. Kongamania.
As Hulk Kong of Mania. All right. That
I
was
love
fun.
it.
Hopefully
That's
you guys
great.
play along at home. Next question I have for you guys tonight is, what is one spooky themed game announcement that you would love to shadow drop tomorrow morning to play for the spooky season? It could be a sequel, it could be a brand new game, it could be a remake. What's something that is a game that you enjoy? I'll go first since you guys have to think about it. We know from past that I love a series that kind of out of nowhere, I would love to see shadow drop tomorrow, like a Darksiders 4. I don't know why, but I love that series so much. And yeah, I think they're actually making one, to be honest.
They announced that's coming. Yeah, earlier this summer they said
They did.
it's on its
Tomorrow.
way. That would be awesome.
That's where I'm at.
I've got
How about you?
I've got a couple in mind here. So I played Callisto Protocol a couple years ago. It was sort of a Dead Space inspired game.
Okay.
The developers not doing well, got acquired, moved around, all that stuff. So I don't think we're ever going to get a sequel to that game, but it left sort of a cliffhanger ending. So I would love to see Callisto Protocol 2.
Okay.
My other answer would have been Mina the Hollower, since we were tracking that one for so long, but they already answered the call on that. So that's going to be a great Halloween game.
That is.
All
Goose?
right. Pools 2.
You didn't even finish the first one.
Yeah. Now you know what games I liked were the I think we talked about this on one of the episodes, the Resident Evil rail shooters. I'd like to
Oh,
have one of
yes.
those. I'd like to
Umbrella
have
Chronicles.
last time I think those were on Wii, and I'd
The
like to have an
Umbrella
updated
Chronicles,
version on that.
yeah.
I'd like to play some Resident Evil rail shooters. I love a good rail shooter because
too.
it moves for me and I don't need to make a decision. It does.
I
It makes the
agree.
decisions for me. I can't get
I
lost
do-
in a rail shooter.
I do agree with that.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Good stuff. All right. Some spooky questions that we have from the listeners. Then one final game before we wrap up the episode. So Darth Platypus has a couple good ones, as he always does. And the first one he says is, what is your spooky have for the year? I think what he means by that is, what's one thing maybe you want every spooky season? You have to have it. Is it a favorite food, favorite thing you do, favorite something? That's the way I'm interpreting the question. Darth, you're probably on listening. If I'm interpreting that wrong, let me know. But yeah, what are you guys thinking?
I'm a pumpkin spice guy. Give
Oh,
me
yeah.
all the pumpkin spice all the time. I'll start. I try not to start in August, but definitely in September I start. I'll slam all the pumpkin spice. So give me all the things. My wife just got some pumpkin spice flavored ice cream sandwiches.
Ooh. Wow.
I mean, amazing. I had one today for the first time. Loved it. The other day I went to Starbucks and ordered iced matcha, and I got the instructions online and showed the barista my phone and said, make it like this. and she
Yep.
made the matcha latte into a pumpkin spice matcha latte. So it was like orange and green. It was so fun,
Wow.
so tasty. It tasted like a cookie. So give me all
Awesome.
the pumpkin spice for scary season.
I like your food theme, Coos. In our town here, we have
Yeah,
a
I do
an
love it.
apple.
Yeah.
We've got an apple harvest festival every year, and one of the things that the one of the booths sells every year are the apple fritters. They're like to die for. People line up around the block, like
Oh.
100 people deep to get these damn apple fritters. So that even if we don't go to the festival, we've got to stop downtown early in the morning one day and just get a bag of those apple fritters. They're to die for.
So are these like the donut apple fritters that I
Like the
know
little
and love, but they're
donuts.
just super fresh and like made
They're
right
s-
there.
they're super fresh, made right there. They're
Oh.
like they're like little smaller
Yeah.
than like a t-ball sized apple fritter.
Yep.
You see them, they make them right there. They
Dude,
bag them. They do the
Ooh.
cinnamon sugar on the outside.
you're gonna
Amazing.
make me catch a flight, Hambone Johnny.
That's it. Come on up.
Yeah.
We've got we still have
Hey,
leaves here.
Yeah, we have
Tell
colored
your
leaves
wife.
more than a week. More than a
Yeah.
week.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I mean the same concept. I mean I love a good pumpkin muffin or donut as well. But I think one of my favorite things to do is kind of a combo of whatever all of you guys said, which is getting less and less unfortunate these days due to kids' activities. I just love going to like fall festivals, whether it's apple picking or pumpkin picking or going to corn mazes or hay rides. I love that type of stuff with the kids. We always do it. We even do potato picking. Fresh potatoes are delicious. It's just, yeah. I mean, that stuff in New England, you could probably, within 60 miles of my house, there's probably 25 of them I could go to. So there's so many of these types of things, and they're so much fun. I've only got to do one so far. I try to do at least 5 every year. Running out of time though, and I don't know how. I hopefully at least get 2 more in there. So just little fall festivals in general or stuff like that is my must go to. All right. Next question from Darth. Asked 2 of them. The second one is, what is your favorite horror franchise? If you have one for movies, shows, I guess you could even say anything like that.
I was gonna go. Can I go video games? I'm
Yeah,
not a
that could
scary
be one.
movie
Absolutely.
guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I mean, the obvious answer is The Last of Us, right? Is that a horror franchise? Maybe not.
I'll allow
I
it.
think.
I'll allow
Yeah.
it.
All right,
I think
Okay.
so.
I'll go with that. I'll
Yeah,
go
sure,
with
you'll have to play it and then
The
be
Last
the
of Us.
judge.
That's true.
How about you, Hambone?
Yeah, I
Hambone?
think movie wise, I always was a fan of the Saw movies. Earlier ones
Yeah,
for
those are
sure.
good.
Were way better in my opinion. I don't think I've seen the last 2 or 3, but yeah, they always have me on the edge of the seat, and I don't watch a ton of horror movies, but for whatever reason, those always were good for me. TV show wise, Stranger Things, you kind of have to go Stranger Things, and
Love it.
I don't know if I necessarily would call it a horror. Maybe it's more of like a thriller at times, but Westworld certainly had sort of some of those like horror, like thriller
Mm.
sort of moments. So yeah, I'll throw that in the bag as well, even though it doesn't necessarily fit the bill for 100%.
I like it.
Sweet. I love all horror films. I watch some of them with my wife, some of them by myself. Actually, we just watched the newest Chucky movie with Aubrey Plaza in it. It was fun. I enjoyed it. But I am a fan of all the original horrors. Like I've seen them all the Halloweens, all the Friday the 13th, all the Child's Play, Saw, you name them. I've seen them all. I just love watching. I don't know why. It's just something. Every season, I'll pick like a franchise, and we'll watch. Last year, my wife and I watched every Scream movie, and there's like some in there I've never seen. But you know the premise of Scream. But it's fun to watch them all in a row. And this year we've been watching a lot of the Child Play movies because they were on TV, and then we start finding them on Netflix or whatever, and been watching them. But I will say, not a franchise, not necessarily a horror, but my favorite Halloween movie, hands down, that we watch every year, Hoobie Halloween with Adam Sandler. That is just fantastic.
What Hoovie Halloween?
You've never seen Hoobie Halloween with Adam Sandler on Netflix? Oh my God.
Nope.
You guys have to do me a favor and watch it. You have to. It's probably one of his best movies.
Okay.
Really?
Fairly new. It's with 5 years old, I'd say.
Wow. All right.
It's fantastic.
You're talking
Hoobie
it up. I guess
Halloween.
I'll have to check it out.
Right? Yeah.
One
I-
of the
I just
best
think
Adam
it's-
Sandler. Move over,
Maybe.
Yeah.
Billy Madison.
Right.
Welcome, Hoovie Halloween. I don't even know if I'm saying the word right.
I don't know if I am either.
Is it Hoobie or
Listen.
Hoovie? Is it like a
Hoobie.
cow's hoof?
No, it's Hubie. That's his name.
That's not a word.
Hoobie. It's his name.
Hoobie Halloween. Gotcha.
Listen,
Okay.
you have homework. You have 2 weeks by next episode. You have to watch. I will say
Can I watch
It
it with the
could-
kids?
maybe. I haven't. Maybe.
Perfect.
There's some.
That's a yes.
I don't think there's no nudity or inappropriate stuff. There might be a little jump scare type things, but it's not a horror film. Watch it with the kids. Just tell them Drew said it was okay. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Hoobie. Hoobie. You heard it here
All right.
first, folks.
Last question, Darth. Hoopy Halloween. All right, Darth. One last question he had for us was, what horror movie do you think you would survive the longest in? I'll go
Cop out
first.
answer, but I'll
Um,
say scary movie.
Scary movie. Okay.
Yeah, scary. Or I
That's-
guess, or
I
I would
mean,
pick Child's Play. I
I-
think if I had to pick a real horror movie, I think
Yeah.
Child's
No
Play. I'd have my-
chance. Chucky's no joke.
I
I
I've
think-
never. I'm gonna go with Child's Play because I've never seen those, but I always just imagine like
Just punt
I
'em.
would punt a small
So-
human or doll
don't
or
understand-
dog or cat or anything
history
that's
of
below
Child's
my
Play
knee.
is-
Punted.
He is a doll that gets possessed by like a demon. Like he's a demon.
Yeah, he was like
doll,
a
so-
serial killer that gets his
Yeah.
soul is transposed into the Chucky doll, right?
Correct. This guy's no joke. I'm gonna go with though one of my favorite franchises of all time, Halloween, the originals, because though Michael Myers is a badass, he only walks. He doesn't run. He doesn't chase you down. So it's like I feel like I could outrun him long enough.
Just keep
He
moving.
might outsmart me, but as long as I keep moving, I'm safe.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
All right, last question we have before the last game. Matt's Power asks us, have your kids ever done anything strange from trick-or-treating? There was a house in our old neighborhood that gave Ziploc baggies filled with Happy Meal toys and random trinkets they had laying around the house. Can't remember many specifics, but it was strange. Just peeking in, it looked like a borderline hoarder house. The kids loved it, though, and we would always make sure to stop by. That's something.
Yeah, I love it. That's a great.
You guys
story.
have any stories like this?
I am that house. I will go into the garage and get like a Ziploc baggie and put some screws in there and some nuts and bolts just to try to get rid of stuff in my garage and hand it out to the neighborhood kids.
Cruz.
Yeah, nothing too crazy on my end. My son's gotten Play-Doh before, but that's not too crazy, I'd say.
Yeah.
One house on our neighborhood does the Ziploc bags, but they'll put like a few pieces of candy in every Ziploc bag. So as opposed
Yeah.
to being like, take 2 or take 3, everyone just gets a Ziploc bag and move on. I gave
Yeah.
out the Halloween Pokemon cards last year. That seemed to be a hit.
Oh,
That
that's
was
fun.
fun.
Yep.
We used to go to, my kids would go to a house that was a dentist, so he would always give a bag with a toothbrush and floss.
Bless his heart. What a good guy. He had good
What a-
intentions.
He
You
did.
know, in my old neighborhood, we had a house that everybody knew about. It was a guy who gave full candy bars to the kids and had handles of whiskey for the adults. So the kids would go and get their full candy bar, and the adults, he'd pour shots there for the adults. So that was like
nice.
the house to go to.
Yep. Yep. I've been to some houses like that.
Yeah.
All right. Are you guys ready for my game?
Always ready. Let's do it.
All right. Here's how it works.
Let's do it,
It is
Hoobie.
called. It is.
Let's
I
go,
can't
Hoobie.
wait for you guys to come back next episode and say, Drew, you were right. This game is called Trick or Treat. And what it is essentially true or false. If it's true, it's a treat. It's good. If it's false, it's a trick because I'm tricking you. These are all Nintendo themed, spooky themed cues, as you might want to say.
Yes, yeah, absolutely spooky.
All right. So the first question for you. Remember, this is a trick or is it a treat? In Animal Crossing, the ghostly character Wisp only appears at night, asking you to find his lost spirit pieces.
I think this is a true one, Coos.
Yeah, it's Animal Crossing. The ghost appears after you find the 5 pieces of the ghost, then the ghost pops up. Yes, I'm going to go with treat.
Treat.
That you guys are 1 for 1.
I'm an Animal
Next
Crossing fan.
Well, that's one you're not going to be a fan of because it's Pokemon.
Oh,
Cubone wears the skull of his deceased mother. Is
that
That's
can't
That's
be
true.
true.
That's true. That's it. That's a treat.
That's got to be a trick.
It is a treat.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that
I'd
goodness,
be that one. Very dark.
that's awful.
All right, number 3. Boos from Mario were inspired by dreams Miyamoto had where ghosts would chase him.
You know, when I met Miyamoto, I'm just joking. I'm going to go with trick there. That
I'm saying
cannot
trick
be
as
true.
well.
Miyamoto
that's
doesn't
trick.
dream; he creates.
He's the one who chases the
That is
ghost in his movie or dreams.
a trick. It is actually
Hey!
it was actually based off of the wife of a co-designer Takashi Tezuka, and it's also based off of a yokai spirit called Obake.
There you go.
All right, next one. Majora's Mask was inspired by tribal masks the developers found while traveling in Africa.
Ooh, I don't think developers leave their kitchen. So I'm going to go with trick. I think that's false, but I really hope it's true because that sounds awesome.
It's a trick.
That is a trick. Yeah, they were
Oh.
just video game designers that designed the mask. That's it. No fun story on that one.
But that
All
was
right.
good. You made that up, though.
I tried.
That was good.
All right, the Emmys or the EMMIs in Metroid Dread were inspired by slasher villains like Michael Myers.
They are
Treat.
menacing. I'm gonna say that's treat. I think that's treat.
Yeah, me too.
It is a treat. That is in fact true. They get inspiration from all sorts of different horror villains out there.
That's cool.
Polterpup, our favorite loving pup from Luigi's Mansion, was originally meant to be an enemy.
Oh, I think that's a treat as well. I can see him yapping at your heels.
Trick.
It is a treat. That is true. They actually
keep the
did
treat
it.
going.
Yep.
Man, that thing is too daggone cute to be a bad guy.
Mhm. All right, that's one. Number 7 in the original Ghosts and Goblins. You play as Lancelot.
Hmm. Is this a trick question? Because it is trick or treat. I know you play as a knight. I'm gonna go with treat.
I'm gonna go trick here.
Would you have a rebuttal, Hambone, that you think it's a trick?
I think it's a trick. That's
It is a trick. You
Yeah.
play
Golly.
as King Arthur.
Oh
okay.
yeah, I knew that.
All right,
Boo.
number 8. In Super Mario Land 2, the 6 golden coins, there is a land called Halloween Zone.
Yes, that's true. That's a treat.
Yeah.
I love. That was my
There's a
favorite one.
big old pumpkin.
Yeah.
That's a treat.
That is a trick, my friends. I
What?
changed the name. It's actually called Pumpkin Zone.
Oh, no,
Oh.
it is Pumpkin Zone.
Get out of town.
I remember the big pumpkin. I was like, oh, that's got to be Halloween.
Yeah. It wasn't Halloween Zone. It
Mhm.
was
That was a
Pumpkin
good one.
Zone.
All right, next
that
one.
was a good
Yeah.
one.
Pumpkin Zone. Number 9. Friday the 13th, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, and The Addams Family were all games on the original NES.
Run that by me one more time. Which movies?
Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, The Addams Family.
I played Fester's Quest, so they had to have Addams Family on there too. It couldn't have just been Fester. The Friday the 13th was definitely on there.
Yeah.
I don't remember a
Nightmare on Elm
Jason
Street
game.
was.
Yeah,
I know. Well, I'm pretty
Not Jason.
confident
Jason
Halloween
was-
not
yeah.
on the NES. I'm going to say Trick.
yeah, that was Michael Myers was Halloween, right? I'm gonna go Trick as well.
So when I wrote this question, in my mind, I knew a lot of these games and I was writing it as a trick, but that is in fact a treat. I did not
Wow.
think there was a Halloween game either on the NES, but apparently there was. Those were all on the NES.
Okay.
Cut to next
All right.
episode where Drew
10.
plays Halloween the NES game, and we watch Who Be Halloween.
Fine. Yes. We'll do a watch party. Number 10, The Mansion in Maniac Mansion was
Yes.
inspired by rooms in the famous Hertz Castle in California.
Never heard of that. I never played that game, actually. I saw the box
Ooh.
art and it was too scary for me. So I left it on the shelf of the rental store and never picked it up. So I did not play Maniac Mansion.
I did not.
And
play
I
that
do
either.
not know what the castle is in
Oh.
California. So I'm going to say that is a trick.
I had never played Maniac Mansion either, but I love Day of the Tentacle. I played that
That's the
on the
sequel.
PC back in the day. I replayed it
Yes.
on Xbox a couple years ago as well. That was a great game. I'm going to say treat. I'm going to say treat on this one.
It is a trick. It's actually based
Hey.
off of the Skywalker Ranch.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Yes. Number 11, the first Resident Evil game was originally planned to take place on a cruise ship.
Ooh.
This sounds like a Drew question. Drew loves the cruises. I'm going to say that is a trick.
I'm tricking as well. That's trick.
That's actually a treat.
No.
That was the plan and the vision, but at the time, they could not do it based on technology. So yes. All right,
Who
number
put
12. Two left.
zombies on a boat?
I don't know. It sounds better than on land. All Castlevania games are set in the past where the Belmont clan is cursed to always destroy Dracula every 50 years.
There's a lot going
So
on in
all
this one, Drew.
Castlevania games.
There's
There
the
is a
50
lot.
There is.
years. There's the
Yeah.
past. There's the curse.
There's the Dracula.
There's the Dracula. I feel like pieces of this are true,
Yes.
but there's too many elements.
That you can swap out.
Who's to say it could be 51 years? Who would know? Whoby would know.
But if you played all
Google.
the Castlevania games and you knew the lore, you would know.
That's true, and I have not.
I didn't know.
This is a trick.
I'm going to go trick as well.
You got me. It's all true besides the 50 years. It's
Ah,
actually
got him.
100 years.
Okay. Yep.
All right. 13. The last one. Mortal Kombat. One of Scorpion's earliest fatalities was ripping out his opponent's spine with the head still attached.
That's a treat.
That
done
is a treat.
Several times.
Yep. No,
It
wait.
is
Was that
not a
Sub-Zero?
treat.
That was Sub-Zero that did that.
just got it. It was Sub-Zero, not
Yeah.
Scorpion.
Good call. You got me.
You got it. Yep, you got it. Yep. That's it. That's Trick or Treat, boys.
All right.
awesome.
That was
Thanks, Drew.
fun. Yeah. Thanks for getting that together.
No problem. It's a good time. That's it. That's all I got for my spooky stuff, Coos. Sorry.
All
There wasn't
right.
more. I know how much you love it.
Hey, folks, it's only October 1st. There's lots more scary stuff to come throughout the month. Maybe not as spooky, but maybe more scary. Maybe we break out the real grit and grime of the season. I don't know what I'm saying, but yes, that was it. That was October 1st. That was our episode. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us live on Twitch and or YouTube. Now you can watch and listen to us. I used to post the episodes on YouTube after we streamed them. So if you're looking for them on YouTube to watch, they are not under the videos tab. They are under the live tab. If you're continuing to look for our show on YouTube, it's under our live tab on our 8-Bit Clubhouse YouTube page. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you guys, Drew and Hambone Johnny, for being amazing co-host and putting the spooky season together, and Hambone streaming and getting all the stuff and all the fun. This is amazing. So we have a blast here at 8-Bit Clubhouse. If you're looking for us, we're on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, sometimes TikTok, not a whole lot. So just reach out, holler at us. We're on all the podcasting platforms. If you want to listen to us, we're everywhere that you want to be is where we are. So thank you again for joining us, and we will catch you next time in the clubhouse.
See ya.
Peace.